Tens of thousands of mourners are descending on the Vatican to bid Pope Francis a final farewell. The Holy Father's funeral will begin in less than 2 hours, with more than 50 heads of state among the crowd. We'll go live to our correspondent Stash Butler at the Vatican. Stash, what's the atmosphere like in the square?
Well, I think it's one of nervous excitement at the moment. We had thousands of people filing past us here, hearing helicopters in the sky and drones buzzing there too. I think the emotion of the event will hit for a lot of people later once the Mass begins. But right now, I think it's clear from a lot of people's faces here that the sense of excitement of being involved in such a historic moment. Now, Pope Francis asked for a simpler funeral than some of funerals of popes past, but nonetheless, this is going to be a ceremony on a grand scale. Last night, we saw US President Donald Trump arriving to take part in proceedings. We also saw a vision of President Macron of France and President Lula of Brazil, among other heads of state, inside St. Peter's Basilica to pay their respects in front of the body of Pope Francis, which has been lying in state for the past few days. All of them will be present here in just a few moments to take part in the ceremony, along with 250 cardinals, a multitude of other priests, and an expected crowd of 250,000 people.
Stash, an enormously significant day for the Catholic Church. How are you expecting the ceremony to play out? Well,
Pope Francis's coffin, as I said, was lying in state for the past few days. Last night, it was sealed in a private ceremony led by the Cardinal Camerlengo, Kevin Farrell. His coffin is due to be carried out of St. Peter's Basilica in around an hour and 45 minutes in a grand procession involving several cardinals, where it will be placed just in front of the altar. To the right, as we look at the front of St. Peter's Basilica, there will be the various foreign dignitaries, including those heads of state. To the left, various cardinals and archbishops. The ceremony itself will be led by Cardinal Giovanni Battista Re, the Dean of the College of Cardinals, and will include prayers in French, Arabic, Portuguese, Polish, German and Chinese. It will end with a commendation of the Pope, a formal entrustment of him to God, before the Pope's coffin is led about 4 kilometres through the streets of Rome to his final resting place at the Church of St. Mary Major. That is the place that the Pope Francis chose to be buried, a church that's close to his heart, and he'll be the first Pope to be buried outside of the Vatican grounds in more than 100 years.
All right, Stash, thank you for the update. We'll speak to you again shortly.